Hi, we're going to start with press up. So come forward into your press up position. Hands come under shoulders. Now, Arena's going to show you press ups from the kneeling position. I'll do the full press ups. So you're going to pull the waist in nice and tight, take a breath, and then just take your press up down as deep as you can. We've only got 5. Breathe nice and deep. There's 3 already. Okay, last one. Exit. We're just going to hold it. Take a breath. Bend the arms just an inch or so, and then just little mini press ups there. Okay, just little tiny ones. Waistline in. Focus on the breath. You are halfway. You've just got 5 to go. So breathe nice and deep. Push the floor away every time. And there we go. Bring the knees down. Just bring yourself back into little child's pose. Take a breath and then slowly bring yourself back up. So you can just swing your legs around in front of you. Feet at the front of the mat. Lengthen up the spine. Pull the middle in nice and tight. Take a breath. Lift up the arms. Circle the shoulders. Tuck the chin. And just curling back about halfway. And we're just going to hold it there. Bring the arms out in front. And then just float the hands up towards the ceiling. And then back to shoulder height. You to breathe out as the hands lift up. Taking the hands maybe a little higher to work a little harder. All right, so we're halfway. There's 5 already. Another 5 to go. So floating the fingers up, breathing nice and deep. Waistline pulling in, holding you in that position. Just 2. Okay, here's our last one. Float up, come back, and then bring yourself back up to sitting. Take a wee stretch forward, just take a moment, and then we're coming back to pretty much the same position. Don't wait to lengthen back up, lift up the arms. This time you're just going to cross your hands over your shoulders. Tuck the chin down, pull the waist in, curl back again, halfway, no further, hold it there. Then we've just got little rotations. So tiny little movement around. Focus on the breathing as you do it. We've only got 20 each direction here, so keep pulling the waist in. Now it looks pretty small. Doesn't look like too much work, but you're going to feel an awful lot going on right around the waistline. So breathe deep, shoulders relaxed, chin tucked down. Last 2. And then come back to center so we can just change direction, other way around. So shoulders relaxed, waistline pulling in, working all your abs all at once. Focus on the breathing as you do it, and just keep circling, halfway already. So just chin down, shoulders soft, breathe in deep, belly button to spine, tightening and toning every muscle around your waistline there. Last 2. Okay, and then just come back up and take a breath. So the next one we're going to show 2 different variations. Arena is going to come down onto her forearms. I'll start there as well, and then I'll show you another variation. We walk the feet in, and then just hover the toes off the floor. So we're just going to tilt the legs to the left and extend the top leg, and then come back to center, and then opposite way. So if you want to work this one a little harder for your waistline, then you just bring yourself up to a balanced position. So focus on the breathing, pulling the waistline in the whole time. If you're at your balanced position, it's just a light fingertip touch on the floor. You want the waistline to hold you in that position. And yes, you'll feel your legs, but mostly your waistline doing all the work there. All right, just one more each side. And then come back to center. Bring the feet down, come back up. Ooh. Have another little stretch. And then bring yourself back up. From here, walk your feet in. So your feet about hip width apart. Light touch behind your legs. Tuck the chin, waist is in. Just curl back until your arms are straight. Then you're going to lift the arms up, and you're going to take the left leg and lift that up too. From there, waist in. We're going to curl towards the mat and then back up. And then we're just going to switch sides. So taking it towards the mat and up. Now, if you're feeling strong, you can go all the way down to the mat here. If you're feeling super strong, you can have both legs lifted. So just up and down, breathing deep, waistline is in. Another couple. Okay, so this time, just come back up, place the feet, take a breath, and then lengthen the legs. Lengthen up the spine. We're going to come all the way down to the mat, super slow, so you're going to keep working the waistline. So pull it in nice and tight, lift up your arms, circle your shoulders, chin down, and then just curl slowly all the way down to the mat. And then once you're there, you're going to lift up your right leg and place your hands on it. Pull the middle in nice and tight, lift up the head and shoulders, and then we're just going to walk the hands up that leg as far as you can, and then take a breath, and then slowly back down. And then we're just going to switch sides. So waist is in, head and shoulders up, walk the hands up that leg as far as you can, and then back down, using as little momentum as possible. But if you need a little bit, that's okay. Give yourself a little help. Keep pulling the waist in, focus on the middle, doing the work there. So just floating up and down. Another couple here. So lifting from the waistline, breathing nice and deep. Keeping that control. Control it from the center. All right, we've just got one more each side. So coming down, take a breath. And then back down. One last time. So lift from the waistline, breathe nice and deep, and then all the way back down. Take a nice deep breath, bring the knees in, and just rock yourself up to sitting. From here, we lengthen the legs. You're going to place the hands just to the side, fingertips pointing in towards your seat, curl back just a little bit. So you've just got a little curve in the lower back, waistline is in. Okay, right leg is going to lift. You keep it straight, and then you just bring the knee in towards the chest. You lengthen, you lift. And again, in, lengthen, lift. The lift is from the waistline. Breathe nice and deep. Okay, so we are halfway. We've got two more. In, lengthen, lift. One last time. Let the leg come down. Take a breath. Waist back in. And then other side. Lift up the left leg. So the knee is in, lengthen, lift. In, lengthen, lift. Waistline lifting. Waistline working. Getting firmer, getting stronger. Just two more. Okay, so here's our last one. In, lengthen, lift, and then let the legs come down. Take a breath. Okay, so now we're going to Arena's favorite exercise. Reverse plank, belly button to spine. She's going to show you some extra options here as well. So keep the middle in, nice and tight. We just lift up the hips as high as you can and just hold. So I'm going to just hold. Arena's going to get a little more fancy and start doing some leg lifts. So just alternate leg lift, which obviously takes away a huge amount of your support, and your waistline has to compensate and work a whole lot harder. So the middle is in, holding the hips. You're going to feel your shoulders and your arms, you can't not, but focus on the waistline. Breathe nice and deep. 5 more seconds. Nice deep breath. And then slowly just lower yourself all the way back down to the mat and take a breath. We're going to change position completely now. So we're going to swing ourselves round. So we're into a kneeling position or box position. Knees are slightly apart, hands are under shoulders. From here, pull the waist in nice and tight. Curl the toes, they're in contact with the mat. Take a breath. We're going to just hover the knees off the mat, just a fraction, and then from here, the left leg is going to lengthen back, and then step back in, and then the right. So just lengthen, step in, waistline in, hips stay still, breathing deep, thighs, you should be feeling them, waistline, shoulders a little bit there too, but keep the middle in, let the middle hold your position, lengthening the legs away. And then one last time, each side, last one, let the knees come down, take a breath, back into your child's pose, just take a moment there, and then another change of position. So we're going to lie ourselves down on our side, so if you lengthen the left arm out and lie on the left side. Head down on the extended arm, body's a nice straight line, arm alongside your body. Lengthen the legs, let the feet just hover off the floor. Keep the waist in to hold you balanced. Now closing your eyes right now makes this a little trickier. All we're going to do from here is just a little scissor kick backwards and forwards, just to throw the balance. But really lengthen through the legs as you do it, so you feel your thighs. Keep the middle in too. Shoulders stay relaxed. Focus on the breathing. And then just bring yourself back to center, hold it there. So from here, you're going to just take the toes towards the ceiling, push into the heel, lift the leg, slowly lengthen it all the way down. So pushing really deeply into that heel. So you're trying to make the leg longer than the one underneath it. Keep pulling the waist in. Eyes can be closed again, throws your balance. If you need a little help with your balance, light fingertip touch on the floor at any time. Okay, we've got 2 more here. So push right into the heel. Focus on the breathing. One last time. Lengthen all the way down. Take a nice deep breath. And then let the legs relax down. So we're going to come up onto forearms. Legs, we're keeping the same position. Legs are still straight. Pull the waistline in so we're not just collapsing down. Hold there. And then just take the toes and draw them in towards the knee. Take the leg up, flex the foot, and then lengthen all the way down. And then again, come in, up, flex, lengthen, all the way down. So you're trying to keep the ear away from the shoulder at the same time here. So the bit of length through your spine as you do this. Waistline is in, halfway. All right, so come in, lengthen, flex, push to the heel. And then again, in, lengthen, flex, push. Last one, but we're only going to do half. So in, lengthen, hold. From here, the lower leg is coming up to the top leg or towards it. And then a little pulse in. We need to focus on the breathing. Little squeeze, inner thigh, lower leg, getting the work, waistline as well. And then we can just go no hands. Reach up towards the ceiling. If that's a bit much, just hold back onto the leg. Nice deep breath. And then just slowly let the legs come down. Bring yourself up to sitting. And let's do that again. Other side. So we're going to lie in a nice straight line. Light touch on the floor if you need it for your balance. Waistline is in. Lengthen the legs. Feet hover off the floor. And then little scissor kicks, just to throw your balance, just to make your waistline work a little harder. All right, so keep pulling that waist in, belly button to spine the whole time. Breathe nice and deep. Try to keep the whole of the upper body relaxed here. So tension through the abs, nice mild tension through your thighs as you lengthen and sculpt all the way through the thigh muscles, shaping, defining your legs. All right, now come back to center, hold it, toes to the ceiling, push to the heel. Lift and slowly lower it down, like you're pushing against something really heavy. So really make that leg longer, stronger. It's like the air's just suddenly gone really thick and heavy, and it's really hard work to push your leg back down through it. Halfway. All right, so keep that middle in. You are strengthening, sculpting, shaping through your legs. We just have one more here. Okay, so just push into the heel, all the way down, take a breath, let the legs relax. Now we come back up onto our forearm, elbow under shoulder, waistline in, try and get a little lift, trying to keep the ear away from the shoulder there too. You're gonna just draw the foot to the knee, take the leg up and push all the way back down. And then again, come in, lengthen, all the way down. Waistline in, breathe nice and deep. We are halfway again. All right, so just trying to keep the spine lengthened, keep the waistline in, lengthen through the leg, gorgeous stretch, pushing into the heel. Last one, this time we lift up and we hold it. And then the lower leg comes up to the top leg or towards it. Little squeeze in, little pulse. Breathe nice and deep. Inner thigh, lower leg. All right, lengthen through the spine still. Don't collapse down onto that shoulder. Belly button to spine. Focus on your breathing. Almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Push back up to sitting. Okay, so now we're going to grab footballs, but you could just use a cushion maybe. It's going to go in between your feet. So the feet don't touch the floor right now. They touch the cushion or the ball. Lengthen up the spine. Pull the middle in. Take a breath. You're just going to squeeze. All right, we're going to squeeze as tight as you possibly can. You've got 60 seconds. So tightening and toning through the inner thigh. Lengthen the spine as you do it. Focus on your breathing the whole time. Just keep squeezing. Squeeze tighter. So you should be shaking right now. Okay, so you can clearly see our footballs are shaking. We're working. Lengthen up, waistline in. Breathe deep, halfway. 30 seconds, so let's squeeze harder. Last 30 seconds, really work hard. Tightening and toning, boosting metabolism. Right, firm, inner thighs, keep squeezing, keep working. Keep that waist in, and don't forget your breathing. All right, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep it going, keep squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. This is so good for your legs. You've just got 10 seconds to go. We're almost there. All right, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Last 5, breathe, waist in still. All right, there we go. Pop the football or your cushion to the side, and then we're just gonna come all the way back down to the mat for 2 of our favorites. So lengthen the legs. Feet at the front of the mat, lift up the arms, circle the shoulders, and curl slowly all the way back down to the mat. And then once you are down on the mat, take a deep breath, and then from here, just walk your feet in. So feet not too close to your seat bones because you're gonna lift your toes off the floor, so you're gonna be on your heels. So you might wanna just walk them forward a little bit, just find the point that feels okay. Waistline in. And then just curl the lower back off the mat just a couple of inches, all right? It's not a big movement. Up and down. Waistline is in. Belly button to spine. Squeeze into the hamstrings. Squeeze into the glutes. So you are tightening and toning all the time, but you're really stretching out the lower spine. Strengthening your pelvic floor muscles too. Belly button to spine the whole time. So just curl and squeeze. Breathe nice and deep. Now you could take your hands over your shoulders right now. Work a little harder. You could close your eyes. Work a little harder. Just a little more for your waistline if you want. Okay, so now deep breath. Now just hold it there. You're going to take the hips side to side. So it's just a little movement, inch or so, side to side. So it's going to loosen your spine. You're going to feel just a little bit going on in the outer waistline too. But you keep the middle in. Belly button to spine the whole time. So hips moving. Loosen the back. Breathe nice and deep. Belly button to spine, and then come back to center, and we're just going to curl back up an inch and down an inch. Still on our heels, toes towards the ceiling, up and down. Focus on the breath. Now squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, may as well. All right, get some work there too. So tightening, toning, lifting, sculpting, and defining as you stretch out your lower back and still working the waistline. Last 5, breathe through it, almost there. Okay, 2 left, last 1. Feet come back down, curl your back slowly all the way to the mat. Now walk your feet as close into your seat bones as you can. And the feet and knees are touching. And then you take the arms out to the side. Pull the middle in nice and tight, and then just lower the knees slowly down towards the floor. And you can take your head the opposite direction. And then pull back to center. So I'm not going to take my head the opposite direction, so I can just keep looking at you. Keep the waistline in, focus on the breathing. Belly button to spine, so you support your back through this stretch. So it's just amazing for your back. You're trying to get the knees just a little closer to the floor each time, but without the shoulders lifting up. So you're like the shoulders are just glued down onto the floor right now. So just pulling back from the waistline. Your middle is controlling that twisting. And the knees just go just a fraction further each time. Focus on the breathing at the same time and just really enjoy this. So breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, belly button to spine the whole way through. Okay, just another couple here. Well, could do it all day, but one more each side. So waistline stays in right to the very end. Lower the knees, shoulders stay down. A little bit further, it's our last one. All right, back to center. So across to the other side one last time. And then come back into center, hold it there, take a breath, and then just bring the knees in. So we can rock ourselves back up to sitting. Lengthen the legs, lengthen the spine, and then just bring yourself down towards your legs. Final stretch. So just relaxing down, breathe deep. Hold it there, just try and sink down just a little closer maybe if you can. And then you go, come back up, lengthen up, take a breath, and that was Fab Legs and Abs.